I guess you love movies. I do too. Hi guys, and welcome back to another movie review. And today, if you hadn't already guessed, we're going to be talking about Baby Driver. These aren't even connected to anything. This is a sham. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just going to get rid of these. Okay, so Baby Driver is about a getaway driver, played by Ansel Elgort, or however you pronounce his name, who is in The Fault in Our Stars. And he plays Baby, a getaway driver for gangsters. He's been doing this for many years, for as long as he can physically drive, and definitely not legally drive. He's been a getaway driver for this gangster and his heists that he's been pulling for many years. He's an incredible driver, incredibly successful at doing this, and through this period, since originally he was stealing from this gangster played by Kevin Spacey, he has been paying back his debt ever since, and this film brings you to a moment in his life where he's close to paying off that debt, and he wants to get out of this situation. And as this moment arises, he meets a girl played by Lily James called Deborah, who is sort of the main thing that he wants to get out of this life for, and you know, consequences happen because of that. So what did I think of Baby Driver? Well, I was massively anticipating this film. I'm a big fan of Edgar Wright. I really like his work. Some of my favourite comedies, British comedies, are from him, with Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead. I also really enjoy Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I thought that was brilliantly edited, incredibly original film. And his originality only continues here. This is one of his best films, and probably, in my opinion, the best movie I've seen so far this year. The opening act of this movie, and especially the opening car chase, is absolutely incredible. I was sitting in the theatre with my jaw pretty close to the floor, because some of the action scenes in these opening moments are so frantic, so brilliantly directed and edited, and you are just, you can't contain your excitement. You're on the edge of your seat. It's truly brilliant stunt work here, incredible editing, direction from Edgar Wright, showing that this guy can definitely direct the shit out of an action movie, not just make comedies more interesting with his editing, but he can make action movies, you know, pop. This is awesome. I enjoyed these sequences a massive amount, and some of the best I've ever seen put to film. And the movie overall, I really enjoy a lot of the characters. I enjoy Ansel Elgort's character. I think that he's very closed off, he's very cold, he doesn't speak very much, but he does have this kind of endearing feel to him, and I really enjoy his character. I thought Jamie Foxx was fantastic in this movie. I thought he was great, playing an unhinged psychopath. He's got some of the best lines in the film. Kevin Spacey, as I already mentioned, is Kevin Spacey at this point. He's great in the movie. He's deadpan, he has some really good one-liners. I really enjoy him throughout. John Hamm's great. Everyone really in this film is really good. I think they all slot into their roles really well. I enjoy Lily James as the love interest, Deborah. I think that Ansel Elgort and her have really good chemistry in the film. And I am pretty fine with the romance overall. The opening action scene, though, is not the only piece of great action throughout this film. The second act is a little slower, but you pick up again once in the third act, and there's so many incredible action scenes in this movie. It is frantic. It's some of the quickest editing I've seen without it being, like, nauseating. So many films have, like, so many cuts per minute, and it makes you feel sick because there's just too many cuts. But the editing in this film is seamless and brilliant, and I love the way that Edgar Wright uses songs in this film. That's been something that's come out about this film, is how it uses music, because Baby has these earphones in his ears constantly. He's listening to music. He had an accident when he was a kid, and he's got a hum in the drum, as Kevin Spacey's character describes it, and he uses music to drown it out. And in all of the sequences throughout the film, they use the music that Baby's listening to synchronised with the action, and it's so brilliant because it's not just a gimmick. It all works so seamlessly with the action, and it cuts to the beat so effortlessly that you really don't feel like you're watching a gimmick, and it never gets boring, and it's so interesting because there's all different songs and they're specific to each scene, that I think this soundtrack is going to be bought by the shitload, because everyone that's watching this movie is talking about the soundtrack, and it is awesome. Getting back to really my only negative of this entire film, and it's very minimal, it's a nitpick, because overall this movie's awesome, is something to do with the romance. The romance itself, even if slightly underdeveloped, I'm fine with it, because it's very important for Baby's character, for him moving forward and him getting out of this world. But the thing that I don't like about it is the fact that Deborah, played by Lily James's character, she makes exceptionally rash and incredibly life-changing decisions for a person she really doesn't know that well. She's probably, you never really get to know how long they've known each other, but it can't be much more than a month or two. And you're like, really? Like, she's defying gangsters and running, planning to run away with this guy that she really doesn't know very well. She knows it is in a criminal, in a criminal organisation. She knows that is has broken the law. He's not a good guy. And, I find it kind of unrealistic that she would make these kind of decisions so rashly, which is really my only negative, and it's as I said, it's a nitpick with Baby Driver. Overall, this is an awesome movie with incredible action sequences. It's really funny and entertaining. It's frantically paced, brilliantly edited and directed by Edgar Wright here. I only have a slight issue with some character motivations throughout the film, but other than that, this movie is nigh on perfect and one of Edgar Wright's best movies so far, and definitely shows that he is not just a one-trick pony. He can do comedy, but he can definitely do other forms of filmmaking as well. And overall, I loved Baby Driver, and I'm going to give it 9.5 out of 10. So there you go, guys, that's my review of Baby Driver. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, like, subscribe, drop your comments down in the section below. What is your favourite Edgar Wright film? Mine is probably just about still Hot Fuzz, but quite quickly and quite soon after that has got to be Baby Driver for me. And yes, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Goodbye.